Hello everyone, good day, welcome once again in Wise Crypto. And don't forget to invite your friends and family to know more about the Jellyfish AMA. So stay tuned and learn more. Hello, sir, good day. Can you hear me?
Okay, okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, sir, I can hear you. Good day, sir.
Yes, thank you. Nice to be with you all. Thank you very much, eh?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Actually, we are waiting for you, actually. So I think we can start now. Are you ready?
Yep, sure. I'm ready to go when you are.
Okay, so good day everyone. Thank you for having here. Today we'll know more about the jellyfish, which is a the mobile I can say communication project actually. So their mission is to redefine the boundaries and the mobile communication by intertwining the innovation of the Web3 technologies. So here is our honorable guest. First of all, sir, could you please introduce yourself a little bit, like how do you connect this project, and also could you say some of your experiences in crypto industry?
Okay, sure. Well, thanks for coming along, everybody. Really good to see so many people joining in. And I think you're going to find this to be really interesting because I know when I first learned about this project and was asked to join in, it only took me about 5 minutes to decide this is really, really good. So, my name's Gerard. And maybe just give you a quick rundown of the history of JellyFish Mobile, how it was created. It was actually created from a disaster, believe it or not. Our CEO, his name is Sean, he was the victim of a SIM swap attack. Now, if you don't know what that is, basically it's when some nefarious character online learns your phone number and gets enough of your information online to be able to call your mobile carrier and answer all the security questions so that the mobile carrier thinks it's you. And then they ask for that phone number to be transferred over to a new SIM, which they possess. And that means that every platform that you have registered with on that phone number now becomes into their control, whether it's crypto platforms or whether it's your social media or whether it's banks or anything like that. And so Sean, he was the victim of a SIM swap attack. Someone managed to pull it off on him, and he lost access to his crypto and all his social media accounts. And he was into real estate, a successful businessman doing all this, and he lost a lot of money. And so it was devastating. It ruined him basically. And so he said, how did this happen? How was this so easy to happen? And so he, through some contacts, met Ethan, who is our co-founder. And Ethan is a blockchain architect and was also working for Telecom. And so the two of them got together and said, why don't we figure out a new platform that can stop this kind of thing? Because so many people are falling victims to this. I think probably all of us have seen on the news lately that there's some very well-known people who have lost several $1 million just through a SIM swap attack. Just as something as simple as that, and you can lose millions of dollars. And so they came up with the concept of JellyFish Mobile, and that was like 18 months ago. And since then, things have really been going forward. They got together, said, how can we do something here that's brand new? It's not been done before. It's not just copying, what's already out there with a different branding or maybe some nicer pictures or something like that. We need to do something that really deals with the security issues that's out there. And so they did all the groundwork with MNOs and SIM providers and got all those capabilities ready. About 6 months ago, they brought forth their first prototype of a SIM card coming out. And basically, the concept is, the SIM card that they came out with. Now this might sound like a mouthful, but we're going to get through it tonight. Okay, so it's a 5G blockchain integrated Web3 wallet on SIM. Now, that sounded like a lot, then it is, because there's so much function in the SIM card, and there's nothing like it out there that it probably makes you scratch your head and say, whoa, what did you just say? So I'll repeat it again. 5G blockchain integrated, Web3 connected wallet on SIM. So this SIM card, when you slip it into your phone, it's 5G, it's integrated with the blockchain, it's Web3 connected, and what wallet on SIM means is a little cold wallet on your SIM. So everyone knows what a cold wallet is, those big clunky things you've got to buy, expensive, and they send it to you and you've got to plug it into your computer, and you get all your private keys set up and you put all your crypto on there and you store it in a place that nobody ever, you hope, will find, and that kind of thing. Well, all that now is on a SIM card, which is completely separated from the mobile phone's operating system, so there's no way a hacker can get into it. Just like a hacker couldn't get into a cold wallet in your drawer in your office. Well, it's on your mobile SIM card now with the JellyFish Mobile SIM card. There's a little hard wallet on there. It's protected by your own private keys, and you have your own seed keys as you would normally, and completely safe from hacking. It's completely offline. And so they came up with this thing and said, okay, let's take this further. And so they began to set up a company. They licensed now in Hong Kong, and the company is based in Hong Kong. All the legal hurdles have been dealt with now, and so now we are actually in the launching stage. We've just had our first IEO on the P2B exchange in Europe, which went really well. And now our the JFish token is listed with them on there, and we've got other DEXs coming online too that want to work with us and do this kind of thing. And so we can really see that how a disaster that happened to Sean, our CEO, has now been turned around into a product that's absolutely new. So there's no card out there that you can plug into your mobile that gives you 5G service, integrates you instantly with the blockchain. You're automatically integrated with the Web3. To get onto Web3 now, we all know the rigmarole you've got to do. You've got to do this and you've got to do that, and you've got to sign up for this and sign up for that. And then finally, you can start interacting with dApps and DeFi and all these things. Now, plug it in, you're done. And not only that, you've got a cold wallet on your SIM card where you can store all kinds of things safely, and nobody can even get it. Even if you lose your mobile, someone gets a hold of your SIM, they can't break into it. So basically, this is how JellyFish started, and the product that is being brought forward right now. So we've just completed our successful IEO. Through that, we raised sufficient funds to complete the MVP. The MVP is the minimum viable product. Which we need to put forward for future cooperation. So we want to get about 1,000 users on board, which is going to come up. We're on track for the end of September to get that done. We're going to be sending out early samples of the SIM card to a few partnering CEXs for evaluation in 1 week's time. A lot of CX are very interested. And our marketing drive has been a great success. Our Telegram group and Twitter's been up. That's why we're all on Twitter here tonight. Trade volume's now up to about 100K from the beginning of a very humble 50K. And we're scheduled to list on more exchanges in October. So that's where we are with JellyFish. That's how we got here, and we're really excited. I mean, I'm really excited about it. When I saw what the product was offering and I was asked to come on board, it's like, wow, is this for real? And yes, it is. So we want to share about this tonight with you, and hope that you will be interested and get involved. Yes, so that'll do for the introduction. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but I know we've got questions people want to ask, so I'll just hand it over back to you now.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So, like you described everything actually. What I will ask, I don't know, but I can say people to know more about it. You can check out their white paper and other things actually. Like you can go to their website to know more about their activities actually. So let's talk about your token. Like as you mentioned, you're going to be listing on different exchanges. Right now, I think you're in the P2B. Could you say more about that, and also like what can do people with your token, and also the utilities?
Okay, so that's regarding the token. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So our JellyFish Mobile platform, the token is called JFish. Okay, and so basically, it's just the lifeblood of the system. So we've got the platform, and the token is what circulates within it, as with every token. And it has quite a lot of different functions. We just did our IEO where we're offering them for an extremely low price. And now that the IEO is over, they're already starting to climb, and it's only going to climb and climb, but they're still really cheap. So now's the time to get on to P2B and get a pile if you want to. I would encourage everybody to do that. And so basically, the token will be used for utilities within the whole JellyFish Mobile ecosystem. And also we're setting up a DAO system of governance as well. So if you own JFish tokens, then you get to have input in there into what's going on. And of course, the more of them you have, then the more say you can have in matters as well. Through the tokens, then we're going to have incentives and rewards, and we're going to have airdrops, and we're going to have giveaways and all those kind of things, just to really promote what JellyFish is and to get people interested. And of course, we've got it set up where the sustainability and the stability of the token is basically guaranteed, because we are cooperating, starting with P2B Exchange. We're going to be cooperating with a lot of others as well. And for them to use the JellyFish Mobile services, then they have to hold a certain amount of JFish tokens on their platform. So if they want to use the services, then you've got to keep those there. So that means they're not going to be sold off and a big dump and all that kind of thing. And the reason so many CEX platforms are interested in working with us is because the services that JellyFish Mobile has to offer doesn't just benefit users, but it also benefits these platforms as well, because we are doing away with so many of the old traditional ways, like, for instance, for notifications from a CEX platform. If you want to get a notification from them, they have to send out a SIM. But now in this global world, there's so many countries don't receive the SIM or don't receive the SMS. The SMS goes out, only a certain amount of people get it, and then there's all kinds of problems. With this new SIM card now, because it's on the blockchain, even people without a signal can receive notifications. And it's just saving the CX platforms a heck of a lot of money, and it's just so much more convenient. So this is why they're lining up to really cooperate with us. So the stability of the token and the value of the token is only going to rise as more and more CEXs come on board. They're going to have to hold a certain amount in there to use different services, and so we've got a really good stability there. At the same time, users, just the ordinary users like you and me, we can buy the tokens, we can use them on the platform, we can hodl them for the price rise, or we want to do this and do that with them. It's all available. So that's a basic rundown of the JFish token and what it does and its future.
Okay, yeah, thank you, sir. So, like I saw in your website, you mentioned about the global connectivity. So, can you say how can people collect your SIM card, and also can people use it all over the world, or is there any restriction?
Okay, that's a good question. So, global connectivity is our goal. Now, as we said, we've only been going 18 months and we've got this far, this fast. So things are going really, really good. So what's going to happen is we're starting in Asia. We've got 11 countries. I think it's 13 countries, actually. Yes, 13 countries that we're going to be opening up in Asia. And then after that, we're going to be moving into the Middle East and then to Africa. From Africa, we'll be moving into Europe and Australasia, and then North and South America. So it's going to be bit by bit, gradually. Now, we're just rolling out a MVP right now. So that means there's going to be the first 1,000 cards distributed to people who want to be a part of this. And so they'll be the first customers. And once that's done, a lot more CEXs want to come on board. And once that happens, then of course we're going to be mass distributing SIM cards out there. So for people who are interested, the best thing you can do is hook up with us here on Twitter, here on X now that Elon's gone and changed it on us. We'll call it X. And just keep up with what's happening. Make sure your notifications for us are on. And so when there's going to be giveaways, or when there's going to be airdrops, when there's going to be incentives, when there's going to be cards coming out, when all these things are happening bit by bit, it's all going to be on Twitter. We're also on Facebook. We're on Medium. I encourage you to join our Telegram group, and there you can ask questions in there, because we've got a live group where you can interact. And so you can ask all your questions in there as well. So I encourage you just to keep following our social media, so that as each step comes, then you can get on board and be in first.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for the clarification. And also, let's talk about like local currency transaction. Like, can people like do the seamless transaction with local currency through your project, like through your Jellyfish actually?
Yes, that can be done. How that works is we've got different. We all know we've got different platforms that we can get onto, and we can buy stuff through them. Then we're going to be able to do that as well with this SIM card. So with like if you've got crypto and then you want to use that on a platform to buy some stuff that is working in with fiat currency, with your normal currency, then that can absolutely be done. So, and it'll be done in your local currency, whichever country you're in, on your local platform. So it's not just interacting with all the big CEXs out there and doing all your crypto stuff. We can also do all the things on your local fiat currency platforms as well.
Okay, and also before going to live, I can take one more question. Like, what is your future plan after that? Actually, could you say according to your roadmap?
Okay, so our roadmap, well, it's pretty basic, and we're going really fast with it. Okay, so the first part we've already done, so it was basically just getting things underway. First step, getting everything planned, getting all the legal hurdles done, getting all the social media up, and just getting the word out there. And so that's all pretty much been done. We've already got the prototypes of the card ready. We're getting ready for the MVP and the first 1,000 to go out. After that, we want to really just move into profile development. We want to get businesses involved as well, getting merchants involved, getting agents involved who are going to be selling the cards. That's going to be the next stage there. And of course, another big push to get many more active subscribers subscribed to JellyFish Mobile. So there's going to be a big push for that. And then once that happens, then we'll just do the next step, which will be momentum generation. Okay, where we're just expanding more and more globally, getting on board as more and more different platforms, whether it be mobile platforms or whether it be CEXs, learn of us, then we'll just integrate with them. And then once the numbers grow, we want to start hitting 500K subs and even more. We want to have many more agents going out. Okay. And so once we do that, we'll be really rolling here. Now, one of the interesting things about this is we're not going to sell to end users directly, but we're going to be co-branding with CEX. So basically, as more and more CEX come on board with us, then they will take this SIM card and they'll basically white brand it. And so they will actually be promoting the product. So this is a huge advantage because, as we know, every CEX has an awful lot of users. And so as soon as CEX wants to use the product, then they will just advertise it to all their users. They'll push it to all their users, and there'll be a big uptake as each CEX comes on board. And so So we'll be doing this bit by bit as we go ahead. And so the actual speed of it, nobody can tell, but the way things are going so far, it's really moving quite quickly. And we've got CXs, as we say, we're already with P2B. We've already got other CXs lining up. They really want to get on board with this. So I think we're going to see a pretty quick global expansion just because we're doing this cooperation with the CXs, and because their customer bases are already made, it's not like we have to start from scratch and try and get one or two people on board here and there. Now, as soon as the CX pushes our product out to the people that they have on their platform, they're just going to see exponential growth.
Okay, thank you, sir, for answering all the questions from the introductory part. And also, people, you can use their eSIM. Definitely, you'll get some kind of benefits, like as you mentioned. And also, to know more, if you have any more question, you can ask to the same. So, sir, are you ready to take some question from the community members?
Sure, I'll do my best to answer.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So the first one is the Megamind. Hello, Megamind.
Hello, guys. Am I audible?
Good.
Yeah, you're asking a question, please.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Rice Crypto. Okay, so my question, I actually like the concept behind Jellyfish. It's really an amazing one. So I have a couple of questions to ask you. And
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
first one is, all right, thank you. So the first one is when you presented the project earlier, you said the eSIM is gonna be isolated from the device and with the support of a code wallet. And yeah, so I want to know if in case where the eSIM is lost, like I mean, isolated eSIM, the SIM, if I get that right, the SIM, in case it's lost, how is there any way you can acquire the SIM back?
Ah,
And
yes.
even if you can't, I'm not done, sorry. Even if you can't acquire it back, is there any way you can transfer all your information on the SIM to probably another SIM, like get another new one, but having the lost information on the new SIM? Is that kind of possible?
Yes, okay. So I'll basically answer those two questions together. Really, really good question. Thanks for that. Now, this is really, really cool because if you do lose the eSIM, like let's say you lose your mobile phone and somebody gets a hold of the SIM, all you have to do now is get another JellyFish Mobile SIM, put it in there, and you'll use your seed keys to reactivate the new SIM, and all your data that was in the old one will be on there. So there's no danger there. So basically what happens is when you buy your SIM, you put it in, then you'll activate it. It's a really simple activation process. And all your data, all the activation information, whether it be your seed keys or your private keys, they are generated on your phone right there. So there's no centralized app or organization that you're going through to do that. So it's self-generated. So all you have to do is you write down your seed phrases as you normally would for any other DApp or cryptocurrency wallet. Keep them in a safe place. Preferably have two backups. Don't, back them up on your phone because we don't want anyone else getting a hold of them. And if in the unfortunate event that you lost your eSIM, all you have to do is get your new one put in, and then away you go with just your seed phrases, and then everything is restored. So there's no worries about that, and nobody can break into the SIM that you lost or was stolen. It's a cold wallet. It's secure. Without those seed phrases, nobody ain't getting into that.
That's actually amazing. I have one more question. Am I allowed to ask?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So it's in two parts actually. So the first part is this 5G enabled SIM. How do we get it? There's different countries that may be interested in getting the SIM. So I want to know how the cost and the process it will take to get it SIM. And secondly, we have like a local telecom company already. So are you showing up to provide a more complex and safer safer utility. So I want to know, are you going to partner with this local telecom company within our locality, or you are just standing alone? So that's the question.
Okay.
I don't know if you get the question.
Okay, sure. I'll do my best to answer. Now, the cost of the SIM, we don't have an exact price right now. It will vary a little bit from country to country, but it's going to be extremely competitive. So you're not going to pay heaps of money. It's going to be extremely, extremely competitive with anything else that's out there. Okay. And I didn't pick up fully your last question, but I think you were talking about working with other telecom companies. So basically, what we are is we're a mobile virtual network operator. And so we'll be an MVNO. And so we'll be working with MNOs that have all their infrastructure already in place all over the world to get that service wherever you may be. And the good thing about it too, with this kind of service, is once you put a JellyFish SIM in there, if you leave your country and you go somewhere else, you don't have to change SIMs like you used to do to get a local SIM. You'll just seamlessly merge into the operator in the next country. And if you're doing a whole worldwide cruise, doesn't matter where you go, you just connected the whole time, which is really, really cool. So I'm not sure if that answered your last question, but I think I caught the crux of what you were asking. The signal's not very good.
Yeah, sorry, it did actually. How do you guys get the revenue from all these services you offered?
Could you say it again? I couldn't catch you.
Yeah, I mean, how do you guys get revenues from these services you offered?
Oh, where do you get the SIM from? Is that the question?
I think
Yeah,
revenue. Is that correct?
yeah. How do you make profit? How do you make revenues from these services?
Okay. All right, sure. So profitability, of course, will come through various channels. Number one, of course, people will be buying the SIM cards. Number two, we will through the tokens. Okay. Then as the tokens are bought, more and more revenue comes in. Like I say, we just did our IEO just not long ago on P2P, which was really successful. And so the revenue is already flowing. And so as the value of the token rises, which it's definitely going to do, it already is, and more people come on, then more and more revenue is generated. And we've really got a good advantage on the problem of scalability as well, because as we all know, when a company you start it up starts to grow, and then, of course, we have this problem of scalability where you've got to onboard more staff and more of this and more of that, okay? And so we don't have to worry about that, because we're working with the CEXs, okay? So basically, if you want to get a JellyFish SIM card, you'll get it through your CEX, and the customer service and all the issues you may have to deal with or questions you ask are all done through the customer service of the CEX. So we don't have a scalability problem. And through the co-branding that we do with the CEX, okay, we get revenue from that. So the CEX, if they want to come on board with us, then they will definitely be paying for the service. And so we're going to get good revenue inflow from that. So there's quite a few ways that it's going to happen. And of course, with load scalability issues, then everything's going to remain really, really liquid, which is what we want.
All right, thank you for the response.
Yeah,
I have a
thank you for your
couple more
good
questions, but
questions.
I would like to ask other time to give other the opportunity to ask their question. So thank you, Wise Crypto. Thank you, Michi.
No problem.
You have a great project indeed.
Yeah, thank you for your
Okay, yeah.
questions.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. It was really important for that. And the next one I can take for Rian's.
Thanks for the opportunity. So I have question. I see your token don't be listed in P2B exchange. So do you have any plans taking program in your platform for a holder to get passive income? Thank you.
For a holder to get passive income at this point, basically you can hodl. So if you get JFish tokens right now, then of course you just sit on it and wait for a price to rise. But other plans, as far as passive income coming in, we do not have. So basically, if you want to see an increase in, if you want to see some earnings, then it'll be through the price increase of the token. But we don't have any other plans for passive income.
Okay, Fabrians, hope that you got the answer.
Okay, thanks for your answer. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, thanks for joining in. We
Okay.
really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. And also, people don't forget to join all of their social link. And next one is Cook. I can see. Hello, Cook.
Hello, I am audible.
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
So my question is, one of the most important factors in a team achievement is local support. The majority of projects have protocols in place for dealing with their consumers. How do you intend to develop and extend the project while also improving experience for users?
Good question. Okay. So, like I just mentioned briefly, the product will be distributed through the CEXs that are working with us. So, CEXs already have really good customer service in place. And so, when you buy your SIM card through your CEX, whichever one you're using, then all your customer support or the questions you may have, or if there's any issues, will be done through them. And of course, we are always there with the CEXs. So if there is any kind of technical issues, we work closely with them. And it just provides a really, really good customer service. So we're basically, whatever CEX that you're with, and if they come on board with JellyFish Mobile, then their customer service will be handling everything. And as we know, CX customer services are usually really, really good. So there won't be any problem there. It won't be like you've got to somehow find JellyFish Mobile distributor or something, or try and find someone in Hong Kong or anything like that. No, it's nothing like that. It's all through the CEXs, and so you'll get top line customer support through that.
Thank you. I
Okay.
wish you good luck.
Thank you for your question.
Yeah. Thank you, Cook. Thank you for your question. Next one is Anthony. Hello, Anthony.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah,
My
Anthony.
question is going to be on the SIM itself. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
we
so
can
my
hear you.
question is going to be on the
Yeah,
SIM card
Anthony,
itself.
we
I
can
want to
hear
ask
you.
how. Okay, so about the SIM card, how do you address the security of the SIM card in case of physical theft, like in case the SIM card gets stolen? How are you going to address this kind of issue? Considering that you're offering a cold storage on the SIM card. Additionally, how do you plan to ensure user convenience and access and how accessible is this SIM card in terms of transaction, considering cold wallet operates without internet connection, and also what measures have you put in place to ensure good network across various mobile networks and devices?
Okay. Wow. Excellent questions. I hope I can remember all that. Okay. So first of all, let's say in the unfortunate event that you lost your SIM and a hacker tries to get into it, okay, it'll actually self-destruct and not, it will not function. Okay. So if anyone tries to tamper with that cold wallet, then it's just going to self-destruct as soon as you mess with that little cold wallet on there. The only way that the content inside that cold wallet can be recovered is through the seed keys. So like I told the first gentleman who asked the question about what happens if we lose the wallet, all you have to do is, if you lose your SIM, all you have to do is get another SIM card through your CEX, put it in there, do the simple process of getting it cranked up, put in your seed keys, and everything that was on the other one is now on your new one. So there's no problem there. And so the second question was, I think, about the convenience of using it. Would you mind just repeating that little bit again, the second part?
I think we lost him actually.
Oh, that's sad because those were good questions. We're getting really good questions from the audience
Okay,
tonight.
no problem. Anthony, yeah, you can ask your question through the comment. Anthony, can you hear me? Hello, Anthony. Like we can't hear from your side. I saw you're trying to speak. Like you can ask the second part of the question to the comment. So let's take another one. Shara. Hello, Shara.
Okay, thank you, Mishu. Can you hear me?
Yeah, ask your question, please.
It's Sarah, actually, not Sarah. So I actually
Okay.
have three questions for Jellyfish. Then my first question is, what are the benefits of using RSA and ECC in the context of Jellyfish Mobile services? And also, how does Jellyfish Mobile provide global connectivity without the need for physical SIM card changes when I'm traveling or something like that? And the last question is, I also want you to elaborate on how Jellyfish Mobile facilitates local currency transactions through integrated payment gateways. I don't know if you got my question.
Yes. Okay. So let's start with the global connectivity question here first. Okay. So basically, because as we go more and more global, then the Jellyfish SIM, it is connected with so many networks all around the world that as soon as you cross borders, then you just seamlessly interconnect with the service in the next country. So, for instance, in our first rollout, which is starting in the 13 different countries in Asia, so let's say you have to leave your country. I'm not sure where you might be, but let's say you're in Asia and you go to your out of your particular country, and as soon as you step over into that next country, then you're still online. Everything's going. You've got your signal. You just seamlessly interact. So we've deliberately done that. So basically, the nightmare of changing SIM cards over each time you have to go into a country. We want to get it where it's seamless and global. Okay. And so as the network expands, like we're starting with Asia, we'll move into the Middle East, and we go to Africa, we go to Europe, we go to Australasia, we go to North America. As each continent and each region and each country gets on board, then you'll just be able to seamlessly go in there. So that's the first part there. Okay. And concerning the RSA and ECC part there, that would be a good question for our technical team. I would have to get back to you on that one, or you could ask it in either our Telegram group, or you could put it into Twitter as well, and we've got our folks there. But RSA and ECC, I do know that it's all integrated and it's all going ahead. Exactly how to express that would be something for more like our blockchain experts and tech team to answer. Okay, and the last question was how to facilitate. What was it you were asking about? How will you facilitate?
Local currency transactions through integrated payment gateways.
Oh, okay. Wow, good question. Okay. So basically through the local gateways, okay, you can interact through the SIM card with those gateways. So whether it's a local platform in your country, which is probably what you're talking about there, then the SIM card actually does interact with those. Okay, and whether it's fiat to fiat or crypto to fiat, then you can interact with those things. So basically, we on-ramp and off-ramp fiat through local mobile wallets, okay? So that's how that integration happens. And so you've basically got the best of both worlds. You can use your crypto to buy stuff, or you can, through the local gateways, you can just go straight into them and use them as well. And, those local gateways and a lot of the things we use now on the Web 2 system, okay, whether it be social media platforms or whether it's apps where we buy stuff and things like that, we're going to be able to integrate with a lot of those things as well. There's an awful lot more that we won't have time to get in tonight about how the JellyFish Mobile SIM will be able to interact with so many different things and logging into things and it's just starting to, if you're signing up for an app and that kind of thing, how it's just seamless and it's quick and you're not having to getting one-time passwords, getting SMS notifications or going through all that kind of stuff. We've got all the stuff now going where you're able to interact seamlessly and it's like a one push click and it's all done because your ID now is basically on the blockchain. It's no longer in a centralized entity like a social media platform or something like that. And so now with this new digital entity you've got, you can just integrate with all these things seamlessly. And so that will be true also of the local mobile wallets and those platforms you're talking about.
Oh, that's very, very interesting. Thank you very much for the clarity. And you really have a wonderful project going on. And I wish you the best. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And thank you for your good questions. And we're looking forward to seeing more from you.
Thank you, sir, for your question. So I think we are for now, like we got our 5 winners according to our rules. So, sir, we had to wrap this segment, but before that, anything else you want to say, like any closing statement?
Okay, well, I just encourage everybody to keep following us, particularly on Twitter, and join our Telegram group if you've got questions there. I'm sure there's a lot of other people with a lot of good questions out there because this concept is so new. It's like, what? How can you have a cold wallet on a SIM card? And what? How can you put a SIM card into your phone and suddenly be integrated on the blockchain and you can use all your Web3 dApps and all that kind of thing without all that rigmarole? So I'm sure there's a lot of questions out there. So feel free to join up on our Telegram group, join up in Twitter, put your questions in there. We've got people who are going to be monitoring those. I also encourage everyone just on Twitter or on Facebook, just scroll through all the articles that we've put through there. We've gone through various aspects of the project, bit by bit and short 2-minute read articles so that you can understand what's going on. We break down how the network works globally. We break down how we can be blockchain integrated. We break down how we're Web3 interconnected. We break down what the wallet on the SIM is and all the different aspects and advantages of that. So basically, the best way now is just to keep in touch by the social media platforms that we've got. And as we progress, you can join in. If you want to get in now while the JFish token is really, really cheap and you want to get a pile of them just to put there, then now's the time to get onto P2P and get those done. You can get them right now on the P2P platform.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, sir, for your time. And also, I'd like to thank everyone for having here to ask all question. And also, people, if you have any more question and query, you can ask through their social media link actually. So stay tuned and also be safe. Thank you, sir. Best wishes to your project and good day.
Thank you very much. And thank you for everybody for being with us tonight. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Okay, bye-bye.